coming to you from the heart of Las Vegas, Nevada. This is The Stand with your hosts, Shane Williams and Lance Dobbs. Hello, ladies and gentlemen. Welcome to another episode of The Stand. Today we're going to be talking about a person who is able to steal from the White House, who is able to get people killed and get away with it, covering up multiple instances, able to hurt women, rape women, and cover all that up. You're possibly wondering who we're talking about. We're talking about no one. We're talking about no other than Hillary Rodham Clinton herself. Probably wondering why we're doing a thing on Clinton. It's because of the coming elections and everything else like that. That I think people should be aware of who they're actually voting for. And it's not because she's a woman or anything else is why we're doing an episode on her. It's the true fact that this person really is evil, and that there's a lot of stuff that I don't think people know about, and that we want to shed the light upon.
So we're going to break down some of the things that she has done in her past, and basically try to just inform you of what she's done, some things she's done. So we're going to start off with first thing about what she did back with Bill, and how they were one of the first White House couples to use the IRS to their advantage. So basically, nowadays, I mean, Obama's doing it, Bush did it, but before that it was Clintons. The Clintons basically were the first ones to use the IRS and pinpoint people to audit them and harass them with the IRS.
You know, certain organizations like Veteran Owns Group, Christian Owns Group, and multiple others. Basically part of the Liberty Movement and everything else.
Organizations that didn't support them.
Right.
They just went after to try to shut down. So let's go to second one. We're just gonna
go. So pretty much we're just gonna go down list. We're just trying to try to fit everything within a 15-minute time period, like normally. So covering up Bill's dirty deeds. I mean, that goes without saying.
Monica Lewinsky and
many others. You got. Also have Paula Jones, who's involved. She was pretty famous. Spoke out against them and silenced as well. Just a whole
slew of women.
Women. I mean, you thought Bill Cosby was bad. Bill Clinton has nothing on him whatsoever, and so you have Bill Clinton going around raping and assaulting all these women, and then Hillary is right behind her, right behind him, covering up all the instances that go around in the White House and stuff like that.
They're paying them all out not to testify and not to go to court and expose,
or just silence him altogether, which they are now kind of come out. Roger Stone book goes more into depth with this. The Clintons' war on women. I highly strongly that you go out and purchase the book, read it, ebook it, or however you want it. And it goes further in depth on how they go around assaulting all these women. I mean, it is bad. I mean, just that alone. I mean, shouldn't even give her the right. I mean, if it was me as a woman, I would not vote for her if I knew that information, just based on the fact that she's a woman running for the presidency.
All right, so you need to speed this up a little bit.
Yeah.
So I'm going to go ahead and just go into the next thing. When the Clintons left the White House,
right?
They took around $200,000 worth of gifts and furniture. They tried to have furniture shipped to their house from the White House. They took presidential seals. Took all sorts of stuff from the White House when they left.
I mean, that was about as being a crook as you can get,
And the FBI and the federal government had to tell them to give it back and.
Right now, say O.J. Simpson, when he was indicted and all his stuff was taken, and he went to go out and try to get his stuff back. I mean, this guy's in jail, where Hillary's able to run for president.
Right, next. Her deputy chief of staff that worked for her for nearly 20 years was part of the Muslim Brotherhood.
Right.
Her name was Huma Abedin.
I mean, this just goes to show her ties with Saudi Arabia, and now they have a person, making sure that she sees through with her promises that she has with Saudi Arabia and everything else. So they put pretty much a guard dog on her. So we keep going. We have Email Gate.
This is what she. This is the.
This is the big thing about Benghazi and everything else.
But yeah, this was the emails that she used as Secretary of State for the first 3 months that she was Secretary of State. She used her server that was just at home to keep all her emails on, and the government kept telling her to use their secured server, but she didn't listen to them. So I think there was around 50,000 emails that got out, and she had to turn over all of those over to the FBI, and she said 30,000 of them were personal, so she got to delete those,
Right.
and they only got to see about 20,000 emails. And of course, they went out and said some of those are top secret, some of the information into them. A lot of them are classified. So, and then it goes all the way to where Obama even said he didn't hear about Benghazi
Right,
until
exactly.
the media told him. But there are emails confirming that she was talking with Obama through the email chain.
Exactly. I mean, it's like trying to having communications and stuff like that, and not letting your manager or anything else in the know. Of course he knew. Of course he knew. He doesn't want to get involved in her getting probably indicted and everything else like that.
Because that is just grounds for impeachment for him.
Right. Exactly. All right. So keep going on. We have China Gate, sale of high-tech secrets in exchange for money. Hillary Clinton played a big deal in this. Landing under fire. Now, I'm laughing because this was pretty much shoved in her face. Landing under sniper fire in Bosnia. She did when she was running for president in 2007. She said that they landed in Bosnia and came under heavy sniper fire, and that they had to rush to the cars and try to avoid the sniper fire. Now, we're going to post the video that we're talking about, where she is just casually walking around Bosnia, saying hi to everybody, and...
Well, when the helicopters come in.
Oh, and the helicopters come. Yeah, it's over the top. It is over the top. We'll just leave it there. Watch the video. I'm pretty sure you're going to have a good laugh.
Next one we're going to drop into is Pardongate. There's just a slew of people that Bill pardoned for him, themselves, and
Right.
Hillary.
And pretty much bailed out their best friends.
And then after all those pardons, some of those people gave them substantial amounts of money.
Which goes into where? The Clinton slush campaign. The slush fund, I mean. We're about to go into that here shortly.
All right. Let's go ahead and talk about when Bill Clinton was governor in Arkansas.
Right.
Basically, they took $1,000. They contributed into a group called Tyson Foods, and then Tyson Foods in turn gave them a ton of money.
Yeah.
Arkansas, well, he was governor, so he got to make some decisions on some laws.
Some laws, manipulate some laws and stuff like that is in favor for Tyson. And therefore, Tyson then can turn around and pay him under the table.
Yeah, so then, the state gave Tyson Foods $9 million in state loans, and they got to put some of their company executives onto state boards, and just favors all around.
All right, let's continue here. The Clinton body count, pretty much wherever you do the Clintons wrong or you speak out against them and stuff like that, you are bound to be dead. So if you don't hear from us in the next coming weeks, you know what happens.
Well, you can go ahead and give off a couple names.
We got people like Charles Gruff, which is a former lawyer, and then also James McDonald, which is...
He's now in prison for bank fraud.
Yeah, exactly. So
And yeah, if you don't go with them and you're a close friend with them, they usually you stay with them or they send you to prison or kill you or make you go away.
That's pretty much it. So some of the radical friends, they have links to Saul Landesky and then also KKK. Recently, Will Quigg, which is the California chapter of the KKK, he's a Grand Dragon and stuff like that, pretty much came out saying that
He switched endorsements.
he switched endorsements from Donald Trump to Hillary because pretty much he was paid off by them to endorse him. Just a brief history with the KKK. If you look into it, they were actually started and funded by the Democratic Party back in the day. But that's
And
for
then
you, the viewer, to actually look it up.
She has
And then she was also has ties to former member Robert Byrd, which is also a senator, also part of the KKK. He also has ties to the Dixie Mafia and everything else. Multiple articles. There's multiple books on this. I encourage you again to look it up. We just try to fit everything, like I said, within a 15-minute video.
So we're gonna jump into some of her fundraising from Iran. There's a guy called Hassan Namazi. He's an Iranian/American multimillionaire, but his ties are with Tehran, and he is her national campaign finance director in 2008.
Right.
And he's a direct arm from the Iranian government giving her money.
Right.
And that's influence from other companies paying her to basically get paid off later.
Right, and it's all favors. It's all favors. That's what we're trying to get down to. The Clintons accept money in the form of favors, so which they can get in power, and then they can manipulate the law to whoever's paid them the most.
So basically, she's in deep pockets with a lot of people.
Right.
And yeah,
right. So going on to the Clinton Foundation, they also, besides taking in millions of dollars and everything else like that, they also reported for selling useless drugs to third world countries. Pretty much. So just an all-around group of good people, a wholesome family. Nothing to see here.
Yeah, and then one of the biggest ones that is going against her right now. There's a movie out called 13 Hours.
Yeah.
It is a whole Benghazi incident and them wanting help for months.
Right, multiple emails from the ambassador over and over and over again, crying for help. We need help.
We need more security. We need more people. There's going to be an attack. It's imminent.
Right, and nothing. So why was there nothing? Well, the answer is because it was pretty much a weapons deal between us being the ambassador and stuff like that, and then against ISIS, where it was supposed to be a weapons exchange. The weapons exchange went wrong and stuff like that, and 4 Americans got killed. It makes me sick being a ex-soldier myself. I mean, just to have people in our government would just throw lives, away. It's just disturbing.
And then, so we'll talk about just a few more things. Back in Watergate.
Yeah.
She was big. She was not a big part of it, but she was part of it back in 1974.
Right.
She was on one of the lawyers for the Watergate scandal, and basically she was a liar and
pretty much fired by her supervisor, Democrat Jerry Zifman, who pretty much called her
Zeifman.
Oh, my bad. Sorry, Zeifman, who called her a liar and a lot of other things. Pretty much she was a lawyer who failed at her job.
And then we'll just wrap it up with when she was First Lady in the White House. She received numerous gifts from other countries, from kings. Like the King of Morocco gave her a bunch of dresses and a gold bracelet for Chelsea Clinton. From designers that gave her designer purses, bags, and all of that, which apparently first ladies who get gifts like this have to put it down somewhere that they received a gift from a country's leader,
Right.
because it goes back to we
Another
can't give them
payoff.
favors
Right, exactly.
and payoffs and can't be influenced, but
But the Clintons sure can.
yeah, they took it anyway.
So continuing on and stuff like that. Now in her campaign, she's pretty much 90% of her campaign funds come from no other than George Soros, which is also backing Move On campaign. The campaign Move On also is a part of. I don't know if you've seen it. The attack on Trump, the campaign ad, where it pretty much has Latino kids and women and men pretty much giving the finger and everything else, and F Trump and all this other stuff. Now, if you take Trump out of the picture and you just have it towards, say, Bernie Sanders or something, do you think that would be right to have women, kids, and other people just go after him like that? I think it's pretty disgusting where you have kids not really knowing the full spectrum of what it is to be president and everything else like that, and then just going after somebody because your parents told you. Me as a parent myself, I think it's truly disgusting and stuff like that. But yeah, move on and everything else is funded and backed by George Soros. George Soros, I think we went over it briefly in the other episodes and stuff like that.
George Soros this week gave her another $3 million.
Right.
So it's now totaled, from what we know, or from what the people know, 13 million is what her campaign has said is what she's taken in from George Soros as a donator. And there's news about Hillary every day now, because skeletons usually come out of the closet.
Right, exactly. And so what we're just trying to get down to, ladies and gentlemen, Hillary Clinton is what America does not need. It's not because she's a woman that we're coming after her or anything else like that. It's that she is a full-blown criminal that is trying to basically keep her head above water. So if she wins, Lance, I'll tell you that like this. If she wins this presidency and she gets in the office and stuff like that, pretty much she CYD'd everything. Because now she can just change the law and everything. The investigation goes away on her, and pretty much she's scot-free.
Well, and then you're also going to have Bill Clinton back in the White House.
Right, exactly, because he'd be the first man, which is weird.
And he was already president for 8 years.
Right, exactly. So you got them back in the White House and everything else. Like the people, these are crooks. These are crooks. And if you think that the Bushes are any better, you're absolutely wrong, because George W. came out a couple years ago saying that pretty much Hillary was his sister, and that Bill was his brother. So these two families need to get out of the American
political system.
Right, exactly. So we're not attacking her just because she's a woman. We're attacking her because she's a crook. And for the women listeners that we do have, again, it goes without saying, don't vote for Hillary just because she's a woman. Investigate. Look at what she's actually done.
The big thing that she just had today, she went up against, went up for the House Select Committee again for in Washington D.C. for the Benghazi incident.
Right.
And she got to the point where she said we didn't lose anybody in Libya.
I mean, from memory, I think she was just on trial about Benghazi, was she not?
Yeah, this is part of it.
So again, there you go.
And what was she doing during Benghazi? Oh, she went to sleep and just slept through it.
Right. What a wonderful woman.
Yeah.
Anyways, again, this has just been a brief explanation on Hillary Clinton and how much of a good person she really is. This is Shane and Lance again for The Stand. Again, share, support, and like. This is the only way that we're going to get out more information to you, the viewer.
And do your own research.
Right.
I mean, we're going to post some links on Hillary and where to find this information. So,
yeah.
But yeah, she can go to prison for a lot of things she's done, especially being indicted and all sorts of things. So,
Shane and Lance, sign up.